Greetings, friends. Welcome to our circle, the meditation for the common good. Today we work with the energies of the Pisces Solar Festival. The topic for our group meditation in the current cycle that starts with the energies of Pisces and goes into Aries to the new moon of Aries is new leadership, transmuting and synthesizing duality into light and humanity. This topic follows the theme of that we hold in the signs of the cardinal cross, of which Aries is the part. The theme, new leadership, cleaning the house of religion and the house of politics. It's one of three prerequisites for reappearance of the Christ. And so we follow the cycle of our focused meditation. This topic, new leadership, transmuting and synthesizing duality into light and humanity, was offered following our preparatory meeting where we meditated together, bringing together our impressions and seeds of what we recognize as the most important ideas of this time relating to the theme of Cardinal Cross. So today we will meditate together, invoking the vision of the unfolding plan and asking for guidance from the spiritual elders of the planet. So let us work, dear friends. And as always, we start by sounding the statement of purpose of our work with meditation for common good.
Our purpose is to magnetize the ideas of common good, freedom, and brotherhood as the highest values of humanity at this time. We recognize and cherish diversity of perspectives in our group, creating a space capable of invoking, receiving, interpreting, and radiating a higher synthetic vision. We serve as an asramic outpost, building a group bridge of Buddhic energy. We evoke the soul of humanity. We envision humanity as being the seed that is flowering. We prepare the way for the reappearance of the coming one. And over to you, Tracy.
Thank you, Brigitte, and welcome everyone. As we begin this full moon meditation group gathering today, we start with our seed thoughts that we gathered from the first quarter moon, which was held on March 7th. And from that discussion and meditation, the seed thoughts were 11 in number. So I'm going to go ahead and read our seed thoughts. And from these seed thoughts, that's what we create our topic for this cycle from. So I'll begin. Number 1, the theme of the angel and the dweller and being mental orientated. Number 2, where there is honesty, truth can prevail. Number 3, World Server Group, as the heart of humanity, brings light to the love that underlies the happenings of the time. Number 4, we imagine the synthesis of duality that will introduce the importance of compassion and unity into the creation of new leadership. Number 5, patience. Number 6, confrontation, relationship, understanding. Number 7, creation of the new. Number 8, transmuting and transcending. Number 9, great trees nourish. Many lives grow from small seeds. Number 10, let the group express the quality of the hidden vision. And our final seed thought, let the energy of will and the energy of love help to manifest light in humanity. And now, as we begin to expound on the seed thoughts, I turn this over to Brigitte, who will lead us in our meditation today. Over to you, Brigitte.
Thank you, Tracy. So let us sense the warmth of our hearts as we link together. Holding our chalice up, we invoke the impressions and energies which will guide and support the common good of humanity and our planet at this time. Our intention is to be of service, assisting humanity and planetary life. We align with our group heart and the heart of the chalice. We align with the hierarchy and all those unseen beings who aid our invocative and evocative efforts on behalf of humanity. We lead our group mind into receptivity to the hierarchical energies and ideas that are available to us during this full moon in the sign of Pisces. month, we work from the full moon in Pisces to the new moon in Aries. We stand in the light of the full moon in Pisces and align with the great energies of Pisces. Pisces, the world saver, and spiritual responsibility. Pisces and Aries are like Alpha and Omega. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it has the power and courage to step into the unknown. Where Pisces, the last sign, has the power and courage to end the known. Light of Pisces is the light of the world. It is the light of life itself. It ends forever the darkness of matter. And this light of life is the light of Aries. It is the searchlight of the Logos, seeking that which can be used for divine expression. The light of the world and the light of life itself. In this atmosphere, let us connect with our topic for this month. New leadership, transmuting and synthesizing duality into light in humanity. New leadership, transmuting and synthesizing duality into light in humanity. As we deepen our contemplation on the topic, let us ponder on the following questions. What is the essence of duality? We are told that our solar system is dual. So, what kind of duality or levels of dualities are needed to transmute and synthesize to empower the light in humanity? What is the essence of duality? We are told that our solar system is dual. So, what kind of duality or levels of dualities are needed to transmute and synthesize to empower the light in humanity? What is needed and what is the next step in group consciousness and group life to function as a transmitter and synthesizer of duality? What is needed and what is the next step in group consciousness and group life to function as a transmitter and synthesizer of duality? Qualities are needed in new leadership to strengthen the light in humanity? What qualities are needed in new leadership to strengthen the light in humanity? And the last question: how do we see the current world situation from the perspective of duality and leadership? And if duality is transmuted, how would that affect the world? How do we see the current world situation from the perspective of duality and leadership? And if duality is transmuted, how would that affect the world? Let's now return from our pondering, drawing together our impressions, allowing them to take form. We rest in silence for a few more moments. We see our impressions flowing together into the group heart, filling the chalice and vitalizing its radiant light, enhancing the beauty and wisdom of its tone. Together, we direct this light upward to the hierarchy and await their blessings upon it. Now, realizing our invocation today, we witness its radiance pouring downward from our chalice, stimulating all receptive hearts and minds. Grounding our work today and the energies we have invoked, let us sound the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little worlds of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth.
Let us hold a few more moments in silence to write down our impressions before we open our sharing. Also, the Community Impressions Board is now available on the homepage of the 2025initiative.org website. We extend an open invitation to continue sharing our impressions across the next 2 weeks as we prepare for the evocation at the time of the new moon. So just a few more minutes and then we'll open our sharing. Thank you.
As we continue holding the visualizations and recognition of the group hearts, group chalice, let us start sharing our impressions. When you're ready, please unmute yourself.
I can begin sharing. I'd like to thank you, Brigitte, for these questions. They are of a caliber that is really working at pulling out the best in all of us. And I think it's an important topic. It's actually a topic that I've been sitting in for a while, so I'm going to take it from a little bit different point than the questions, but I think I'll get around to the same thing. I have been thinking about leadership and the world situation in general, but also thinking of it in terms of what is needed if we look at on a global scale, and I'm going to take the United Nations because that's what I've been working with. What kind of leadership is needed? And quite a while ago, I had a teacher, and she used to say, only a change in consciousness can change the world. And more that becomes a real reality in my understanding. And so when I think of leadership, true leadership, it's somebody that knows who they are on a heart level and can be magnetic. So they stand in their own duality of magnetism, of being spirit and matter together. And they, in fact, then can bring that out in others by bringing out what is the best, by being that reflection. It is by knowing yourself as one that you can then bring oneness forth in others. So when I thought of in the future, what would a good leader look like? It would be someone that had magnetic resonance that could bring forth the vision of what two different groups that might be in conflict have in common. What is it that we're working towards, so that if you can help be the mirror for others to see that there is a oneness that's happening beyond our little selves, then to me, that's true servant leadership. And that is what we're looking for, I think, in the ultimate, is for a leader to be a server. When leaders are self-centered, they don't serve. They only serve themselves. They really are not truly leaders. So I think a true leader has to have vision. It has to be the vision that the group holds, and then they have to be a mirror to help bring that vision forward by bringing it forth from others. When I looked at the question on, I think it was, what qualities do we need? What is needed in group life to be a transmitter and a synthesizer? It is really that same thing, to be able to stand in oneness, because we know that we can't do anything by ourselves. And oneness in terms of both the even arm cross, so that your oneness with everything that is above you and everything that is below you and everything that is horizontal. So you really understand yourself in that way, and so can work from that frame. In order to be a synthesizer, you have to be able to hold that energy. Earlier today, there was a meditation for America that I participated in, and it was standing around the heart and having different groups, with totally different points of views, like corporations and individuals and the head of government. And you could see the synthesis happening when there was an understanding that even though they had totally different goals, in some ways, the goals were truly the same in terms of wanting freedom, wanting some autonomy, being able to be self-sufficient, all of these things. And so when you can see yourselves as having some of the same goals, then I think we can bring down the energy of synthesis to make that happen. So thank you.
Judy, what a beautiful response to these wonderful questions. I agree with you that we need a wider perspective as a basis, an understanding of, a connection to the higher self and a wider perspective that gives, so that we can see the importance of each part, of each group, of each part, of each person, of each kingdom, in order to recognize and incorporate principles, basic principles, and then create from that. We can create new forms and new energies, but we have to have that wider perspective that is that incorporates everything. And I think for me, in question one, what is the essence of duality? And this is taking it kind of a different direction, but I think the basis of duality, the true basis, is the two lines of evolution on Earth, the evolution of form through the devas, and the evolution of consciousness, love, relationship through humanity. Those two lines of evolution are the basis of that duality, and I think we see that, in our battle between, say, greed and love and generosity and all of these things. When it comes right down to it, it's evolution of form and evolution of consciousness and love. And as we recognize these things, we can bring them together so that both lines are well. And eventually, we're told we will come together on the Buddhic plane. Totally at some point, but as we work towards that, being aware of it is the key. And what is needed is the next step, as you said, an awakening of humanity to the subtle worlds, to soul life, awakening to actually the truth of existence. And I think, leaders need to be awake to this truth and the reality of the higher self, as the causative factor. The higher planes are the causative factor, as we all know, of what happens really on the material plane. Okay, thank you.
The third question, what qualities are needed in new leadership to strengthen the light in humanity? Very bright image that came to me in meditation was in a very interesting way, those are the qualities that Jesus had in him 2000 years ago when he came into Palestine. Jesus Christ had very strong message of his Father to bring to people of Palestine. The energy of will, very strong orientation towards the spiritual aspect. And at the same time, he was embodiment of love. He was love himself. And I know it sounds very grandiose, and what leader could be like that, except like Christ himself. But that was 2000 years ago. I think we, as humanity altogether, we had some evolutionary progress. And so those are the qualities that the most advanced sons and daughters of humanity can and must embody. Strong connection with the aspect of spirit, expressed through radiant love. And those two qualities, the will and love, they stimulate manifestation of light. If you think about the triangle, Shambhala, hierarchy, humanity, each of the centers, they do radiate qualities, these three qualities. Shambhala radiates will, hierarchy radiates love, and destiny of humanity is to radiate light. And so that's I'm very grateful also, Birgit, for these questions, because they focus us on that, exactly that need for humanity to manifest light. And in a way, we can recognize whatever is happening now in the world. And now it's not just today, but now it's like, I don't know, in this time of change in epochs, of eras, is that we going through the process of manifesting innate light. And so presence, those who can touch and embody those qualities of the higher qualities, they will stimulate light in humanity. So, and as disciples and aspirants, we have capacity to express those qualities, quality of spirit and quality of love.
Thank you, everybody. The words, the sentences were so full. I had a hard time coming out with anything more than a word for each, or a couple of words. And I didn't know how I could put the words together. And all of you, what you've said, have done it. I mean, we were all saying the same thing. What I was coming out with was the first question: we have to be open to compromise. An open heart is needed. The second question: an open heart was needed. We needed pure intent, strength, honor, and to be steadfast. That was the, yeah, well, and then the third was the same, and the duality. I don't know how we get the world to change except by love and by light, as Alexander said, and to go to the core of who we are and what we are, and to do it. Have that pure intent and that strength and honor. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. What came to me when Kiki was talking is she's right, how do you bring the duality together in humanity and allow the light of humanity to express itself as one? And what came to me was commonality. People waking up first, I think maybe the first steps towards soul consciousness is noting that we all have things in common, which we're all aware of. But I think because the world is in such a chaos or duality type of situation, I think the only thing that's kind of like the island of reprieve or somewhere where you can go and just go, gosh, what is this? I think it's just looking at the things that we have in common as being human beings. We may look at things like you guys were talking about, everybody looks at things through their own perspective, their own way of looking at it. But the common things we have in life are, living, our family, being able to drink clean water, things that we have in common that we all agree on. I think that's what's going to help bring the light and put us in the middle. I even got the same vision too. I had the vision of the cross with the center of the cross, right where usually Christ stands on the cross in the middle, and light radiating out from that common point, commonality, common sense, common goals, common whatever. But yeah, that's what I was getting out of it. And I think that's what's going to be the synthesizer. And I think with the Ray 4 energies coming in and the Ray 7 now, I think we're going from that conflict into creating a little bit more harmony, and then hopefully synthesizing the duality. So thank you.
I think a big key to this, which has already been said, but to put it in a different way, is recognizing truly more and more people recognizing who they truly are. We have a body, but we are not just that body. We have feelings, but are we just those feelings? No. We have a mind, but are we just that mind? No, we're something more. The more people that can go through that process, the more work will be done. The more grace will be in that work. Will transform the world.
Thank you, friends. So let us continue holding the group focus, reflecting on the questions that Birgit offered us. And we have a chance to share our impressions via the community board. You can find the link in the chat and also on our website. And we will have a chance to meet again to share more impressions at our second quarter moon meeting next week. We will announce the date of the meeting additionally, unless Tracy and Birgit help me. I could have forgot if we already agreed the date for that meeting.
I don't think we've decided yet.
Yeah, so we'll follow up on that, announcing the day for that. So we hold the group chalice high and radiant. And as we close our work today, I invite anyone who would like to sound a mantra of your choice to close our work today.
I can close it out. Who are we? We are born of mind, awakening from what seems an everlasting sleep. We hold within us the wisdom of the ages, experiences too numerable to account. Our essence is one of malleability, forged by sacrifice. We are love and light. We are Christ consciousness in eternal expression. Om.